There we go. There's that beautiful mug. All right, then. Shall we get into it?
Yeah, let's fucking do it.
Let's fucking go.
Let's do it. All right. So my beer is warmer than I was hoping. No, I'm playing. I just got it out of the fridge. So AJ,
Yes,
I was
sir.
talking to my fiance about this, and is this the earliest we've recorded an episode?
I was just thinking that because, again, like I had to move my laptop right now because I was like, fuck, I'm not used to the light being all up on my face right now. Like I was super overexposed. So to short answer your question, yeah, it definitely is. It's got to
be alcoholics. We may be alcoholics.
If we weren't before the show, we definitely are now.
This is by far the dirtiest my top has ever been. I'm actually gonna go and wash it.
Yeah, I definitely did the same earlier. I was like,
this is pretty fucking dirty.
Speaking of messed up tops, look at mine.
Oh, yo, ugly boy.
I didn't even realize it was like that. I could have gotten like a discount, probably.
Super ugly.
All right. What? I'm gonna wait before you go. I'm gonna blame it on us though, because we were intoxicated when we bought these. So,
as we usually always are. So
exactly.
I don't know if you
like, son, you lick a brick. It looks like your can licked a brick. So there you go.
I'm about to lick this can. Okay, I'm gonna watch this top. Do them early morning plugs, AJ.
Sound good. All right. Well, if you have any suggestions as far as what you would like us to drink next time, let us know, whether it's certain cocktails, fun ones that you want us to mix up, or if they're freaking nasty, dank cocktails, that's fine as well. If you have certain brews of beer that you want us to drink, let us know. We just got to have fun experimenting. One thing that John has said a billion times throughout the show, and I agree with him, is that, we weren't the biggest stout drinkers once upon a time, especially like the really, really harsh ones that taste like super cocoa and all that. So, and now we've gained much more of an acquaintance to where we can appreciate it. And John is no longer, you there, John? Oh, hey.
I'm telling you, man. We're breaking up.
All right, then. Let's restart it just in case to be safe.
Let's restart it.
We'll see you in just a second.
Fuck. God damn it.
All right. Technical difficulties, I hope we're done with. Let's freaking enjoy some beer, please.
Yeah.
Ay, caramba.
After this. So, going back to what I was asking you, AJ.
Yes.
What would you say is the earliest you've ever had a beer?
I mean, that would have to be in Vegas with you, to be honest.
Oh, don't include me in your alcoholism.
That you're specifically why I drink as much as I do.
What? Yeah.
As the ancient ones once said, it takes two to tango, my friend.
Fucking awful. Is it really with me? I want to say it's with you. Yeah.
It's got to be. I mean, I'll be honest. Like whenever I'm hanging out and it's just Sin and I, we usually have a great time and we'll have some brewskis and such. But I mean, I wouldn't be into beer as much if it wasn't for nights that we've shared together, if you know what I mean. Ooh.
I don't remember those nights, but I know.
Baby. So real quick, before we continue, let's just introduce the beer we're having real quick. So I love the name for it. 28 Haze Later, a hazy IPA by Beechwood. So I'm pretty damn excited. It looks pretty sick. It's a nice, smooth little 6.8, so enough to pack a punch, 45 IBUs, and a nice little 16-ounce can for you. So I would recommend. I'm pretty darn hyped to get
I've already didn't listen to the can's rules.
Which were?
Store refrigerated at all times and drink fresh.
How long was it refrigerated for?
2 hours.
That should be enough. I had mine in the freezer for about an hour and 45 minutes or so, and then switched it to the fridge.
It's supposed to be refrigerated at all times, AJ.
I know, right?
So are you a son of a bitch? Or are you not a son of a bitch?
Definitely a son of a bitch, yes.
Okay.
On that note, cheers.
Cheers.
To being a son of a bitch.
Oh, man, that smell. Okay.
Not bad.
Ooh.
Interesting. It's smooth, very smooth.
I'm getting that haze.
Yeah, a little bit of haze in there. Not super citra forward.
No.
But, I mean, obviously it has the look of one, though. Just looking at how freaking thick it is in coloring.
It has galaxy hops. It's not the first time I've heard that before.
No, I wouldn't doubt if we had that in our Lunar Kitten, to be honest.
Who named that hop?
Someone who drops a lot of acid. A lot of acid.
That is insane.
I'm glad that it's a thing. I appreciate it.
I feel like that's what I don't know. I get like a juice taste to this. Not like a sweetness, but I feel like it's trying to be a juice.
Something like that. I could see that. It's not bad though. I'm enjoying what I'm drinking. Now that it's where we're at in Southern California, at least for me, it's starting to get a little warmer. We're in like the mid 70s, so this is kind of refreshing right now. I'll take
Where's
it.
the rain? I've been so upset that there's been like no rain.
Yesterday and the day before were pretty freaking gloomy, and I was sure that it was going to start pouring. And yet here we are, another hot day. It started off cool enough.
He said no.
There will be no storms this day.
Oh,
you live in California, southern to be specific. There is no rain, only drought.
This has like a nice thickness to it.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot.
Although I'm not getting that much of a thickness and taste, though.
No.
Which I honestly wouldn't mind, though. I was actually looking forward to that. But the next beer we have coming up might supply that. We'll see.
I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, it's just going to be a little more potent by a bit. So we'll have some fun with that. But
a bit. Ooh.
But yeah. Ooh, so yeah, like you said, hazy IPA with Mosaic, Citra, and Galaxy hops.
Mosaic.
So interesting. Okay. With some pearl and flaked oats malt, Mosaic and Citra and Galaxy hops, as mentioned before. So pretty tight. They're from Huntington Beach. So local boys to you.
Yeah.
Around your neck of the woods somewhat.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know if I've said this in a previous podcast, but I recently found out, and this was before you tagged on it, like literally a week before you tagged me on it, that I live right next to Bootleggers.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I did. I think I may have said that.
Maybe once before in the early days.
Yeah, well, I'm like 5 minutes away from it. I am ridiculously close to it. I am upset that I didn't know how close I was to it.
Right.
I've lived in Santa Ana now for over a year, and there's been a Bootleggers there for like 3 years.
You're still getting to know your city.
Fuck. Well, what makes it worse is I've done brewery searches.
The whole time. That's awesome. But that's okay, because I'm happy for you, because I remember in a few episodes back, you said when you went on a trip to go visit your grandpa and everything, you wanted to stop at a Bootleggers brewery out that way, right? Was it
Yes.
Bootleggers? And it didn't look like it was open. So at least now close. You know there's one extremely local to you, and
so local,
so open as well for a business. So you can always get yourself some beers to go, and don't forget about your boy.
Fuck my boy.
That he has.
Is that a stone glass, AJ?
It is. Actually, my Sin and I bought this for my dad for I think it was like a little Christmas present. Or no, it was a birthday present. We got this at the San Diego Stone Brewery. Not the tasting room, but the brewery itself. It was fun.
Where's the brewery?
Oh, it was in this cool little, I want to say it was quote unquote like a fashion district or something like that. It's in this tight little plaza, kind of quaint little area, and it was like this huge structure. The brewery was really nice. They have like really chill, pretty outdoor dining area.
Okay.
Like a wedding party that was there, but it's a nice set at the bar. I got hooked up pretty fat that day, actually. I just had a string of good luck. That day in particular, which was the last day we were there. I might have told the story on the pod before, but
ST Geek you have. Not this one, though. This is a more relevant story to the podcast.
Right.
I think you won.
Already. I'll take it. It was a little beefy at the end, but it had a little lightness leading into it. A short burst, if you will. But anyway, so yeah, we were in San Diego for my baby sister's wedding. It was a great time. And then our last day there, I told Sin, I was like, we are in San Diego. I really want to check out Stone Brewing, and I'm sure you're going to like it. We looked up that they had wine there, so she was like, heck yeah, I'm in. So we went. We had a great time just enjoying the sights in that area. It was really pretty and all. I don't get to go to San Diego that often, or I haven't made much time to over the years. But anyway, we went there, and I chilled. I started off with whatever IPA I could find. They didn't. Their strongest beers were not IPA, which I was surprised by, considering it's by Stone Brewing, though. I figured they'd be all about the IPAs there, but it was not the case.
Not anymore. They're about the variety.
Right. If I remember correctly, they didn't even have Ruination on tap there, and I figured since it was the brewery, certainly you would find that. But I could
come on.
I'm right, but I don't recall seeing that, and I was shocked by it, or something stronger like a triple IPA or something. Anyway, But we were drinking, and then at one point, I don't remember what caused it, but I was just chilling. Sin went to go use the restroom real quick, and the bartender came up to me. He's like, "Hey, bro, how you doing?" I was like, "I'm having a great time. I'm just enjoying myself here." And he's like, "Oh, playing some Pokemon Go," because they had like Pokestops in the area. So I was nerding out, and he's like, "Go and have this for me." I poured it for a guy, and he changed his mind. And I was like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah, go for it, man." It was this tall pour of some hazy IPA they had that I'd never heard of them selling. It might have been like a small batch brewery exclusive or something. But it was good. I had that for free. And then I think they gave me one more. No, I'm thinking of another day. But even still. So, yeah, it was kind of cool. I got lucky there.
Nice. Okay. When I went to the brewery the very first time, I want to say it was the same one.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they had a lot of the IPs I wanted. God, it was like 3 years ago now.
Okay.
And I played a board game. It wasn't a board game. It was a trivia game outside with my girlfriend.
Nice.
I'm ignorant, so I got a lot of them wrong. But the one I would have got right, she assumed I was ignorant and didn't even ask. And of course, it was the only question I knew the answer to. I am still frustrated about that 3 years later.
What was the question? And what was the what was the question? Let's see if I'll know.
The question was something along the lines of like a famous street what's the word? Magician.
Justin Bieber? Oh,
no,
David Blaine?
Right. You answered that in like 3 seconds. I was like, I read the man's book. And you skipped the only one I would have known.
Oh, that sucks. Oh, like she probably figured with her track record of the day, this motherfucker's not going to know.
This guy's pretty ignorant. So
exactly.
I'm gonna just skip this question.
Right? Might as well just skip all of them.
Let me help him out. What color is the sky, John?
I'm gonna say a soft green. Jesus Christ.
Yep. A soft green.
Right, exactly. That was from the same guy that created Galaxy Hops, I think.
Oh, man.
So dumb. But that's freaking awesome. I love how she had such little faith in you.
Such little faith. Such little. I'm telling you.
And you asked her to marry you.
I asked her to marry me. Yep.
That's awesome. Oh, I like I told so after we got done with our episode last time, I wanted to chat with Yvonne for a little bit, and I just had to thank her once again for taking one for the team, because I figured if you weren't going to marry her, I'd have to be next in line, and I didn't want to have to deal with that.
Nah. Yeah,
I love you, but God damn it, I don't want to have to marry you, you son of a bitch.
But you would have, and you would have been happy. And
right.
The children we would have raised, AJ.
The children.
You want to know the name of our first child?
Sure, go for it.
Alfred Inland.
Wow. Oh, my God. I hate
Alfred Inland.
Very nice. Jesus Christ.
Alfred after the father, and Inland because he's a bastard child and he's from the Inland Empire.
Wow. That's deep. That's surprisingly deep for an ignorant bastard. All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
At least
I
his
was on a
father
Game
is
of
thoughtful.
Thrones kick. So
nice. Have you been watching it more now?
I'm on season 2, episode 2. I just finished season 2. Okay. I was thinking about it because I'm gonna be honest with you, AJ. Mm-hmm. I am on an Attack on Titan grind right now.
Oh, because the show's over now, or it's gonna be,
because it's ending. It's
nice.
Ending, yeah.
Oh, I respect that. Maybe I'll have to join in with you then.
You should.
I have a lot to catch up to, though.
It's good. I've started from the beginning.
Oh, you started all over again?
From the very beginning.
Nice.
I'm watching it in dub though because
Oh wow, you're
my girlfriend. She's here. My girlfriend's here, so when she kind of pays attention here and there, if you're not watching it from the beginning and it's in sub, you're not gonna catch anybody's attention.
No, that's a good point. You're gonna catch attention, but it's all gonna sound somewhat the same to someone that doesn't know Japanese.
Exactly.
It's just gonna sound like someone's upset and depressed and screaming bloody murder the entire time. Exactly.
I know.
Right.
So I've been on a grind. This past Thursday, I think I must have grinded through 7 episodes.
Nice. Okay. Wow. You're on a mission.
I want to catch up and I want to finish it. Finally.
From what I remember, at least I can't speak for the second season, but I thought I recall the first season not being terribly long either. Like Up to 20 episodes?
22, 24, 24.
Okay, so not bad. So maybe it'll turn
It's
into like a 70 episode show, or
no, it's
maybe
a
80.
little longer. It's 24 episodes is season 1,
Mhm.
3, and 4. I believe they're on season 5 right now. And
Oh,
season
it's
2 is
5 seasons. Why did I think it was
yeah,
only 4? Shit. Damn.
I think it's only 5. And then season 2 is 13 episodes.
Shit. Okay.
So it's way, way, way shorter.
Okay, not bad. Not bad. But even still, man, I don't know. Now that I'm seeing how many seasons are involved, it's a little daunting, but I loved the first season. It was really fun, especially once it starts unraveling the mysteries that are involved in that show. It gets pretty interesting. But
It
we will
is.
see.
Yep. And it's super drama.
Yeah, super melodramatic, from what I remember.
So drama. It's okay. I like it.
Yeah, from what I remember. I mean, at the end of the day, you have Mikasa, and she's the most badass of them all. So I'm with it.
Well, so is that other dude. I don't know if you remember him. Kind of had like a bowl cut.
Ottoman?
No,
Oh, no. Levi.
Levi. That's his name.
Yes. I remember him being
Badass.
super badass. He was like the captain of like their squadron or something like that.
He's something like that. The Scouts Regiment.
There you go.
I think
I don't
that's
remember the verbiage much anymore.
I just want to see somebody get eaten and chop off heads. I'm not really following the story.
I feel you.
I'm not about that life.
Right?
Remember, ignorant. Didn't know who David Blaine was.
Did you really read his book once before?
Yeah, in high
I
school.
didn't know he had a book. Oh, crazy.
I think he has 2.
Oh, shit.
I was in senior year in high school when I read the book.
Mhm.
And although it seemed like cool to do, again, I'm ignorant. He had like a scavenger hunt thing, a treasure hunt in his book, where it was like you can win $10,000 if you figure out all the clues.
Yeah.
So again, ignorant, didn't even get one clue. I'm glad I got through the book.
At least that. At least you can say that for yourself. Fair enough. Oh my God. All right. So now that we're a little more than halfway through this beer, how are you feeling about her?
It's not bad.
Yeah. I wouldn't. Go ahead. Pardon me.
You recently clipped this like an hour ago.
Ooh.
It's not only stouts. I feel like that's beer now. They all kind of just
sorry.
smoother.
You went a little robot John again. Say again.
Oh, I said that it's not only stouts, it's other beers now that I'm just like, not bad. Like,
yeah, absolutely. I mean, thanks to this show, I appreciate hazy IPAs more. Now I look forward to finding a good hazy IPA, but still, like any other India Pale Ale, I am still looking, obviously, for that like signature percentage, like 7.5 and above. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, who isn't looking for 7.5 or above?
Yeah, that's just the really like the reality of it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Some of the other beers that we've had that are a little lighter have ended up tasting pretty good, but even still, like I don't know, like just to make sure it has that punch. Like I look forward to having another like double or maybe one day a triple hazy IPA one of these days.
Oh man, it's been a while since we've had a triple.
I don't know if I've ever had a triple hazy in particular.
Oh, triple hazy. No,
I'm not sure. Not that I remember. Not that I can recall.
I feel like if we did it, stand out.
Right, exactly. You know what? A beer I was thinking of earlier today, and it comes to mind every now and then. Do you remember that time we were hanging out in your garage and we had that dank, crazy, pretty nasty tasting like barrel aged beer? What kind of brew was it? Was it a Bel?
Oh,
do you remember
no,
how
it was a
crazy
stout.
It tasted?
I think it was a stout.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It was like,
yeah.
But it was super strong. Like it was at least 13%.
You said it tasted like the devil's dick or something along those lines.
The devil's dick. Yeah, that sounds about right.
That sounds like classic, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that I said that. I think I remember the face I made when I was doing it. Dear God, or when I was drinking.
Show me the face, AJ. Show me the face. I always make the faces. There it is. Yeah.
Did you like the captions, by the way, in the last Beer Belly moment?
I didn't see the captions.
Oh, okay.
I watched it really quick. I know I will.
Little Easter eggs in there.
I usually rewatch our Beer Belly moments. They make me laugh. They make me giggle.
Yeah,
Everybody else should listen. Trust me, you
yeah.
people.
It's just like little ways of keeping people updated. They're pretty much clips of episodes. So if there are certain moments of an episode that you feel like we should highlight for other people to enjoy, let us know the time code. Hit us up. But John's been doing a pretty good job of keeping those time codes handy.
I'm trying. Definitely trying. Should
Well,
be working.
Right.
But some things are more important. Like
some
beer
things
belly
are more
bar.
important than a paycheck, John. Come on.
Yeah. Beer belly.
Yeah, exactly. Getting drunk with your friend. God dang it. Speaking of like viewership and all that shit. So we had our Spotify Unwrapped come in the other day. And then I sent the link to. So apparently, and just thanks to everyone that watches on YouTube or listens on Spotify or what have you, but apparently at least on Spotify alone, we've reached 6 different countries. So that's kind of cool. I didn't expect that. I mean, like we've seen like little statistics here and there throughout the past 6 months we've been doing this show. But yeah, it's kind of cool to see. We're like a week nice. I think Christmas Eve will be our 6-month anniversary of the show. I think June 24th was the first day we uploaded.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah. So
Wow.
if you think about it, an average of a new country a month. So we'll take it. We'll freaking take it.
So that beer went down so fast. Thank you. 6 different countries. I'm hoping one of them is Japan.
That would be sick. Actually, I kind of think it is. I'll have to look into that, but I'm pretty sure Japan was one of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, random Japanese listener.
Right? And just the one, though, I'm sure. But whoever you are, arigato. Jeez. But another country I was really surprised by was Norway. I would not have expected that at all. But I'm glad. Right. Norwegians, they seem like they drink large beers, probably like the size of our faces because they're big people there. Extremely large men and even stronger women.
Ugh. Probably strong enough to beat us up.
Oh, definitely, no, absolutely.
Definitely me. I would give up before they even get close.
On that note, let's grab our second beer.
Let's do it.
All right. See you guys in just a moment.
I may have beaten yours.
Ooh, okay.
Long and loud.
Long
but
and
the
loud.
Viewers, the listeners, should let us know.
Absolutely. Exactly.
Because AJ's was short and thick, but mine was long and loud. So
not unlike our penises. So
nothing like that.
But yeah, you guys should definitely, anyone that's watching or listening, give a vote. Hit us up on Twitter and Instagram, #BeerBellyPod, and let us know. Give us your vote. Who had the best burp for each and every episode? You can even email us, beerBellyPod@gmail.com, if that's more your thing.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of which, so we want to have those of you, because obviously 6 countries worth of people are listening, which is super flattering. Thank you. I mean, we're not the biggest podcast by far and away, but now that we actually have some countries involved, let us know what brew you want us to drink next. So like, is it going to be a Pilsner? Is it going to be a stout? What have you? I think, sir, let's do a good IPA episode next. So for those of you who are watching and listening, hit us up with your favorite IPAs, again, at BeerBellyPod on Twitter and Instagram, #BeerBellyPod as well. Let us know what IPAs we should drink for next episode before we get our next haul, because we need another haul of beer. So please hit us up ASAP. ASAP.
Speaking about that, I just got to say right now, I want more sours.
Yes, no, that as well. So there, actually, if you give us sour beer suggestions right now, that'll help us in advance.
Tell me. Right? I want it to be good. I want it to be sweet. I want to hate myself after I'm done with it.
Absolutely. And whatever beers we pick up, we will give you a shout out depending on what beer you suggested. Absolutely.
Unless it makes AJ go blind. Then I'm going to double shout you out.
Exactly. And I'll be fighting to find the keyboard. That was insensitive. Jesus Christ. All right. Next beer is Copyright Station. We got Golden Empire Strikes Back by Temblor Brewing. A New England Style IPA.
They did
Go ahead.
Great job of making this look like Star Wars.
Although
it's blatantly not, though.
Yeah.
Like, they're planes.
They are planes at that time. I mean, I'm sure there would have been another lawsuit or a lawsuit coming if they were like X-wings and TIE fighters and such, you know.
But they just did a good job of making it seem like it's Star Wars.
Oh
even
yeah,
though
the
it's
logo
not.
is spot on. When I pulled this out of my fridge right now, my dad got super excited. He's like, "What is that?" And I showed him, and so because he saw it, I got taxed.
AJ,
I told
the tax man got you again.
The tax man got me again. I hadn't tasted it. I'm saving my taste buds for you. That sounds interesting. But anyway, let's pour this in.
Wait, no. Let's talk more about the saving the taste buds for John. No, I'm playing. Who cares about the beer?
Oh, I know, right? Am I about to get some right now? That's the real topic at hand. But anyway, this might be, at least to my memory, maybe you can remind me, but is this our first New England style IPA on the show?
Yeah.
Nice.
Probably like the 5th one in my life.
Sick. Well, this bad boy is a full pint at 7.5% alcohol by volume. So
she smells like an IPA.
Oh, not bad. I've been looking forward to this one. Just the can design is so beautiful. We got to take pictures of this one for the socials. But I'm excited. This is a nice standard strength IPA. Like, this is what I'm looking for. That whole 7.5 we were talking about earlier. This is what's going to give you that head change, you know? But again, this is by Temblor Brewing Company. So hit them up. They apparently have Facebook and Instagram. So let them know. Let them know that you like us. Let them know that Beer Belly Pod sent you as well. That'd actually be really cool.
Yep.
Without further ado, shall we?
Try it. I'm excited.
Cheers, boy.
Cheers. I thought I was gonna burp.
Ooh, okay. Interesting.
Yep.
I still had the thought of haziness in my mind. So I was expecting that.
I don't get haziness at all out of this.
No, I don't either. Yeah. But that's the thing.
That was crossing your mind as you were drinking. Oh, I know.
I was expecting it because of.
I'm sorry I couldn't clear your taste buds better, AJ.
Jesus
this
God.
Is good.
This is not bad at all. I'm enjoying it. That said, I just watched the season finale of The Mandalorian. Very topical, actually. What do you know? But I watched that last night. So yeah, technically, as of the airing of this episode, season finale of Mandalorian launched. And have you seen it yet?
Yeah. Are we going full spoilers?
If you want to talk about it, sure. Just spoiler warning right now. Then, if you have not watched episode 8 of season 2 of The Mandalorian, back out now and then come back to finish this episode once you've watched the finale, because you do not want to get spoiled for this episode. But holy fucking shit, was that an emotional ride? I thought. How do you feel? I didn't see you comment at all in our group chat earlier.
I had a very busy day last night or yesterday. I went to LA. I ended up in Hollywood. I ended up in Malibu Beach.
Shit.
Hills. I was all over the place. So I didn't actually watch it until about 10:30 p.m. and I passed out right after.
Okay.
I mean, the very end when he's telling them bye, definitely, Papa Mando. Papa Mando made me a little emotional. It's like, no, Papa, don't let him go, Papa, please. But
right, come on. But it's for his own good.
I again, we're spoilers. The Luke Skywalker part was super cool, but I don't see what was like. I think I'm just not the biggest Star Wars fan.
You've seen every single you marathoned through every single movie in the franchise, which
you should. I mean,
I don't know if you should.
I'm not saying
1 through 3.
I'm not saying I hate the franchise. I'm just saying, like you guys were talking about applause and shouting at some point.
Yeah, you didn't hype like that.
I mean, I was hype. I was like, this is badass. This guy's coming in and wiping these fucking robot soldiers out. And I was like, okay, it's Luke. That's cool. But I wasn't like, oh my God.
Right.
It's the one and only.
Oh man, that was definitely me. I was like, oh, like throughout the episode. Sorry, headphones.
When you figure it out, it was him.
I knew as soon. Okay, I'll put it this way. I mean, I was skeptical, but I was anticipating
the whole
it to
time.
Be him.
Yeah.
So, I didn't know it was him when the X-wing flew in. I didn't know, but then I thought about it because at first, I mean, okay, just to set up the scene a little bit. So it's the final stand. The dark. What the fuck were they called? Dark, whatever soldier.
Couldn't help you out.
Let us
Could
know
not help you
at
out.
Beer Belly Pod. I was anyway. So yeah, the freaking droids were bashing their way into the building, into the bridge of the ship, and then all of a sudden, an X-wing shows up right
They
when
were like sock and poppers, by the way.
yeah,
Did you see
they were like sock and poppers. Dude, speaking of which, before we get to that scene,
that?
how freaking traumatic was the scene where that one is just smashing Mando's helmet in? Like I was getting
Beating the
scared.
shit out of him.
I was getting scared. Like I was disturbed by that scene terribly. Like I was like, oh my! Like it was too much to watch. It was almost like if it were anything but a Disney product, it would have gotten messy. Like it would have gotten gory at that point. You know, like.
Right.
But I'm surprised they didn't allow the helmet to like get crushed just a little bit for dramatic effect.
It's
But even
Beskar, my
still,
friend.
yeah, but
Beskar,
they-
100% pure Beskar.
I still believe, and I could be wrong because they do make a point. You're right to mention that what he has is pure Beskar, or at least the dark saber is pure Beskar. So therefore, it's impenetrable, or it can slice through anything like a lightsaber technically. But at the same time, in the lore of Star Wars, it is said that Beskar can withstand some lightsaber damage,
But it
not
can't
100%.
take no.
In canon. But apparently, the Mandalorian is kind of rewriting that history.
That's
Apparently,
fine. It's the
Yeah.
best Star Wars that Star Wars has ever Star Wars.
so it kind of earned that right to rewrite history. Yeah, that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
Right? Am I wrong? It's the best Star Wars that Star Wars has ever Star Wars. So
Yeah, it's
just
a
keep
fair.
it going.
This is the best Star Wars that we're experiencing right now. Han Solo and Princess Leia had never had no sex in the Star Wars. Still my favorite line in that movie. Second to that would be that chick just frosted all over my face.
Can you believe this shit? Can you believe this shit?
So fucking dumb. I want to. Whoever thought of that idea, I want to shake their hand. Risking COVID.
I feel bad for people who just not think that movie's funny.
Are there people that feel that way? Maybe if they're
there's somebody in
70
our
and
group
above.
of friends who does not think it's funny.
I think I could probably guess who, maybe. But I feel like even if it's the person I'm thinking of, even they would find at least something humorous in it,
The whole movie is good from beginning to end.
You have such a good cast in there. But Craig Robinson is probably my favorite part of that movie.
I'm due for a new titty.
I'm due for a new titty. That's again another solid fucking line from that man. I'm due for a new titty. I've been seeing the damn titties for 20 fucking years. I'm due for.
I still, to this very day, quote that man. I still say I'm gonna be Oprah rich. I have never not once said that, and I got it from him. I'm sure they've said it other places. I learned that phrase from him.
Oprah rich. You have said that for
rich.
Pretty much as long as I've known you. Yeah,
Mhm.
That's true.
After I get that settlement check, I'm gonna be Oprah rich.
Exactly.
And he actually becomes Oprah rich.
Yep. I forgot about that. Oh my god.
Zach and Mary make a porno, by the way, guys.
Yes, take some time.
So we can talk about the movie. Actually.
Yeah, you Gen Zers, if you have not seen that movie yet, take the time. It's worth it.
You were talking about the guy getting smashed, Papa Mando.
When Papa Mando was getting his freaking Beskar helmet smashed in by that dark soldier, whatever the fuck. And I think that was an intense scene for me. I was like, he was so desperate. He had no chance. And then finally, I just loved how, like, the flamethrower, it just pissed the thing off. And so it just beat the crap out of him more. And then finally, I was so happy with the little bit of use he got from that Beskar spear or the javelin that he earned, that he got from Ahsoka. That was so freaking cool. I loved that so much. I love the way he utilized it. But anyway, back to the bridge. And so all hope is lost. And in the back of my mind, though, I was wondering, like, it's Star Wars, it's Disney. There's got to be a light at the end of this tunnel. And then sure enough, you get a random X-Wing come in.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden you're like, wait, what the fuck? And then they're like, just one? And even I was like, what do you mean just one? Who could it be? And then all of a sudden, when you find out it's a Jedi, in the lore of Star Wars, at least in like the general audience point of view that I only know of one Jedi that flies an X-Wing. And so
okay.
And on top of that, when he enters the ship, he has a green lightsaber
Green
and he has a
lightsaber.
black glove on. I was
The
like,
glove.
oh
Glove
my
is where I
god.
was like, yeah, this is definitely Michael Jackson. But I was
He was
wrong.
only wearing one too. So.
I was wrong. It was Luke Skywalker. But
I did
hey,
see a second of
smooth
moonwalk
criminal.
though. To your
Smooth
credit,
criminal.
I don't know. I just as soon as I saw that, my mind kept wanting it to be him, but I was also ready to be disappointed as well, or not disappointed, just more surprised at who it would have been if it wasn't him. And then, sure enough, he raises the hood once he goes through every one of them, and I was like, oh my god! And for the most part, the CGI was not terrible.
No.
There were a couple times where it looked like a video game, but not always. Yeah. There was at one point where like he raised his eyes to look at Mando, and I was like, "Ooh, they could have done that better." But otherwise, you could tell they gave them all the Lucasfilm money for that scene. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean,
Kathleen Kennedy was just like, "Just fucking take it. Just fucking take it. You're
take
the only thing that's good right now out of Star Wars. Just fucking take it."
So, season 3 is already. It was confirmed. I think when they were still filming season 2.
Okay, good.
Do we get him back? I wonder. Like Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker, of course, or does he show up at the beginning of the episode, hands off Baby Yoda to Papa Man, and then we go from there?
Who knows, man? I mean, this show is full of random, crazy cameos of old Star Wars lore characters. I feel like eventually they're going to probably maybe run out of characters to reference to where that's what I'm kind of looking forward to where they could just continue the new universe that they've started to expand upon, you know? I think that's what I liked about the first season so much before, is that it was kind of just a lot of cool original characters that you didn't really know very much of. Or maybe they were referenced here and there in the old canon, but but now I don't know. I'm excited to see where the series will go. I'll just put it that way. I think, as everyone else would say, just excited to see what the fuck next we're gonna see. That said, did you stay for the end credits?
I did. The Boba Fett.
The Book of Boba Fett.
The Book of Boba Fett. The Book of Eli.
I know, essentially. We'll see what that turns into. I'm excited. Sin and I were talking about that last night. My thought is, since this series ended mid-December and the show is supposed to come out in December as well, Boba Fett that is, maybe they'll have like a week gap in between Mando season 3 finale and then start Book of Boba Fett right after.
Maybe.
But who knows? I'm really enjoying this.
He never showed back up, huh?
Hmm?
He disappeared in the beginning of that episode. He never showed. Oh, he showed up at the end credit, but like we didn't see him in the actual story after that, huh?
Right? Yeah. I think he was going to be distracting the rest of the TIE fighters, away from the ship. So apparently he was, indisposed.
Now, the show has made him cooler because
yeah.
I don't know if you feel this way, but I don't get why he's so cool. If I have to read a book to know why he's cool, I'm out. Remember, at the beginning of the episode, I'm ignorant.
You can care less about the expanded universe?
I would love to know about it in cartoon, video game, podcast, or movie.
Something more easily digestible than having to read like a 400-page book.
And don't add me with you can do an ebook. It's still reading a goddamn book. I have to concentrate too hard.
Right. For me, I want to get into audiobooks. I really do. But at the same time, every time I consider it, I'm like, the time I'm listening to an audiobook is time I could be listening to another podcast or listening to music.
You have to focus too hard with those. I mean, with the podcast, you do have to focus, but you don't. Right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a good point.
Like, I don't want to I will re-listen to a podcast because the podcast is only an hour long. If I missed anything. A book, I would imagine it's like 5 or 6 hours.
Probably the case. I wouldn't
of somebody reading to you, if not longer. I'm good. I'm good. So, I get it. Now the show's made him cooler.
Yeah, Boba Fett you're talking about.
But there's a better, cooler Mandalorian already out, and it's, Mando.
It's Papa Mando.
Sorry. I whatever interest I would have had in Boba Fett, gone. would rather learn more about Mando and his origin stories than Boba Fett. I don't give a shit.
No, I agree. I mean, it was cool to see them make him look like a badass, Boba Fett, that is, in the episode he finally got to like show his colors in, to where he's still honorable, but at the same time, like a ruthless badass to a degree.
Yeah.
But at the
Not a
same time,
Mandalorian.
I feel the same way. I like they're trying to take back what the original trilogy did, and you just can't. Like, we all saw that guy get clipped into into the pit, like totally easily, and he never did anything. The reason why people like him and why he's so cool, quote unquote, is because he looks cool. And granted, yeah, especially for the time in the 70s and the 80s, he did look cool. He did. But now, like you said, we have a Mandalorian with better armor now, you know? He looks cooler.
Better armor, better story, better actor.
Right. Well, I'll see the actor that plays Boba Fett is good now, you know?
Now? So he wasn't good when he was back then?
Well, back in the day, I think it was Return of the Jedi. He goes like, wow!
Yeah.
and crazy scream when he goes into the pit. Yeah.
Unfortunately, that actor died like 3 days ago.
I didn't know that. The original actor from back
the original Boba Fett passed away like 3 or 4 days ago.
That's pretty
crazy,
sad,
right? Like after this episode came out. On a more lighter note, did you see that Mark Hamill put on Twitter? He said, "Is there any good TV out right now?" Like he posted that on Twitter, like
right, with a big old winky face picture.
Can you imagine how excited he must have been?
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure. That said, so his voice did sound pretty young in the episode. Do you think that was still Mark Hamill, but he like tried to make himself sound younger?
Yep.
He is an amazing voice actor.
That's what I was gonna say. He's a professional voice actor.
Yes.
There's no doubt in my mind that he can most likely make him sound younger.
Right. I enjoy his voice acting. By the way, it's crazy because there's this one game that's kind of like a low. It has like a cult following. It's called Darksiders. Have you ever heard of it?
I heard it. Nope.
So it's kind of like, in the first game, you play as the god of war, or like, so there's the is it 7 horsemen of like the
7 horsemen of Apocalypse.
Yeah, they're Apocalypse. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, so in the first one you play as war, and there's this one dude who's like this character in the game to where you give him all the experience points you gain throughout the game. Nice. Right. And anyway, you give him like these souls that you get from killing enemies, and then he's like, "Oh, I will help you get more upgrades for your weapons." And it's actually, I was like, hold on, I know that voice. And I was like, but from when I was a little kid, and I didn't realize it was Mark Hamill, and it was like a slightly different taste from what he did as the Joker, and similar other cartoons. But it was really cool. Like I was like, and when I eventually saw the credits for that game, I was like, holy shit, that was Mark fucking Hamill. It's cool. Like he does sometimes do somewhat similar voices for certain characters, but then other times I'm like thrown completely off when I hear other characters that he does. It's cool. He has great range. I'll put it that way, I think.
I haven't heard much of his voice acting, to be honest with you.
Honestly, if you were just to put like Mark Hamill voice acting reel, I'm sure you'd get like a fun reel that he has of like maybe like a 2-minute clip of just like 20 different voices character. He has. Yeah, he's all over. Like he does everything. Like Cartoon Network, all of it, everything. I don't know.
Do you think that random 3 minutes of recording he does is more than what we make in a month?
Oh, it's probably more than we make in a year, sir.
The 133-minute before
it's Mark Hamill, sir.
Mark Hamill kind of disappeared after Star Wars. I understand he did voice acting, but I wouldn't say he was like the voice actor that everybody was drooling over either.
I would say he probably is that, but really? I mean, how many voice actors are you aware of though? Really, you know,
Goku.
Can you name the guy's name?
Hamill.
Sean Schemmel, I think it is.
Yeah, I said Hamill. Mark Hamill.
It might as well be. He'd be like, it's a spirit bomb. But
you know what? You're right.
I'm just saying, there aren't. I mean, voice actors. They're not really like. Not a lot of them are known like a household name like Mark Hamill is. And on top of that, yeah. So that's true. But I was gonna say. So my point as to why I think he made more on that gig Okay, I think he makes what you and I make combined in a year for that 3-minute
Overall,
thing.
the
I'll put it this way. Okay, hear me
wow,
out.
I'm
Hear
in the
me out.
wrong industry, man.
I know, right? I just think, I think that because one, you got to think of the past 10 years, how much he's been a part of media now. Let's say in the past 5 years, how much more credit is to
Yeah,
his name
because of Star
than the
Wars.
last 3 Star Wars movies.
But I'm saying
Granted, critically, are not the best reviewed, but how much did they pay him to be in the Star Wars movie?
those, yes. So he was relevant here.
Mm-hmm.
He was, as far as I know.
Well,
He was
let's say this.
relevant all
Back in his
here.
heyday, like a 12
No.
out of 10.
Yeah, for maybe he didn't do anything after Star Wars, right? He did the Star Wars Holiday Christmas special. Did he do anything besides that?
Did he even do that? I don't know.
He didn't, because he's a part of that Star Wars curse that people used to talk about.
Okay.
So he was relevant for, let's say, 15 years.
Mhm.
15 years, 85 until 85.
Sure.
He was not very relevant until the next Star Wars movies. So
I mean,
there's that all in
maybe.
between time. I'm asking, do you think he's making good money? Do you think?
I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is.
He's recording, but to say that he's making what he did and when that point in the 90s, let's say 95, when he was completely irrelevant. Nobody even knew he was at that point, except the nerds, of course.
Right.
Except the nerds. I'm curious. I'm just curious.
I would say even in the 90s, he was still making more than what
On a
we
3-minute
are worth.
gig. On a 3-minute gig.
I think so. Just because, okay, you think about it this way. The man makes money in his sleep. Like, we're going to talk business now in the sense that
Yes.
because
of royalties.
Exactly. Out of royalties.
That's
out of royalties,
not
only of the movie reruns, but of the merchandise. You gotta probably imagine he probably gets a good cut of that.
AJ, when I was working at Target in 2009 to 2014, I don't think I saw one Luke Skywalker toy. I saw Star Wars toys. I definitely saw Chewbacca toys. I don't really remember seeing Luke Skywalker toys.
Again, who knows? But I'm just saying, you got to think about it. That's just one city. Imagine the entire world that knows Star Wars and that loves the character Luke Skywalker. I mean, there's a reason why we got hype for when he had his cameo digitally in the season finale. Honestly, I do really believe he made a good chunk of change from this. I would love to ask him. You should ask him.
The Mandalorian, 1000%. What he did in the Mandalorian, he easily probably made what we did in 3 years.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm talking about the video game you talked about that you said he did 3 minutes worth of work.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you meant the 3 minutes that he was in the Mandalorian.
Oh, no, he probably made more money than we both will make combined in the next 5 years.
Sure. I would say besides creating the game itself, he was probably, I'm just throwing this out there, I don't know, but I would say he was probably the second most expensive part of that video game because he's like the most famous person attached to that video game. So I would say, even though the voice acting is not bad, nice burp by the way, but yeah, I would say he was probably the second most expensive thing about that game. That's just throwing it out there. Sorry, I thought we were talking Mandalorian all along.
Oh no, I mean I'm ignorant, but I ain't that ignorant. I mean,
that's what I couldn't believe. I was like, sir, I'm sure he got paid fucking a lot. Like, again, Kathleen Kennedy was like, here's a blank check, Jon Favreau, make whatever you need to. Just
easily do it. Nothing under how much? Okay, minimum. How much do you think he made for that episode?
Oh God, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a paid actor or anything like that, and I'm not Mark Hamill by far and away.
Give me an ignorant guess.
An ignorant guess. I mean, for all I know, maybe I'm overshooting, and Mark Hamill would be like, "No, I wish."
Peasant.
Didn't like,
that much money.
Well, I think he would be like, "You would think I should make that much, but I don't." Or maybe maybe it would be like what you're saying, like,
you get the joke.
You're so cute,
Sticky.
I want to say he made at least $100K from that cameo. I want to say he made at least, because one, they probably paid him for his likeness, and then secondly, they probably paid him for his voice, if it was in fact his voice, which I imagine it was.
Yep, I would agree.
So maybe 50K. Maybe 100K, 100K.
I
Who
think
knows?
minimum. I think minimum 100.
That would be nice. Then yeah,
He is so relevant to their story now, and I have a feeling we're gonna see a lot of Luke Skywalker and a lot of other things.
I hope so. But as long
I
as they don't
think
burn him out.
I feel like this is the episode that, although we already know it's like the same universe, this was like the defining moment of Luke is a part of the Mandalorian's universe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's always kind of been that.
It always had been, no, but like it's definitive. Like we've seen
Mm.
it actually happen.
He's doing shit during the show.
I understand that. You know, we're on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
10 million trillion cajillion miles away from Luke Skywalker, but like it's happening at the same time. I get it, but I mean, like we've definitely seen them in the same room.
It's so cool to see. I mean, dear God. Okay, one thing that I appreciate about the show, about this episode, I was talking with Sin about this. Oh man,
Nice.
Thank you, sir.
We're full of all kinds of gases today. Thank you, Star Wars.
Yeah, we are freaking gas giants right now. Anyway, Sin and I were saying this last night, but I had a caller. And I was just like, oh my God, did you see this? Only reason we didn't watch it together is because, again, I got tested and I wanted to make sure I didn't hang out with anyone until I came back negative. And
makes sense. Herpes is contagious. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. They're not king, but the crabs feel huge. But yeah. Anyway, but yeah, we were talking about it. I love how hard of a time they gave Papa Mando. That one, like, almost murdered his face. Like, if he didn't have a Beskar helmet, he would have been dead.
He would have died. He would have been so dead.
It would have been over.
Stock him, popped him to death. His head would have went boop.
Just brains everywhere. Exactly. And out through the helmet, his brains go. I think I saw a nose fly.
Eyeballs are definitely gone.
Oh God, they're gonna land up on the Dark Soldier's face.
Did you know an eardrum can explode?
Oh, Jesus Christ! If you look in the upper third corner of the screen, you will see the Mandalorian's eardrum just burst in midair. Anyway. I just love how hard of a time they gave a basic human being who's highly trained, that said, and luckily has an amazing set of armor, and yet Luke Skywalker just thrashed through them completely. Like in that final kill, though, final kill when he uses the Force to bring the droid to him and then crush it. Like I was like, holy fucking shit.
Yeah, this is peak Luke Skywalker, in my
opinion. None
of
this after
teleporting, after image shit.
Right.
Again, I'm still not happy with that. But this is what I think of when I think Star Wars.
This is what everyone thinks. This is what they wanted to see Luke Skywalker do before he inevitably passed away.
Not again, and I'm assuming it's a Dragon Ball Z term, an after image of him pretending to fight the main villain of a new Star Wars trilogy.
Right.
No, thank you, bro. No, thank you. But what I saw today, again, third time I'm saying this, best Star Wars has ever Star Wars. That's the way I would have preferred seeing, the Jedis be.
Right.
Just overall balance with everything. None of this back flip, front flip, side flip, lightsaber shit.
Right.
None of this we can make out through the Force, and I can send you jewelry with the Force because the Force can do anything now kind of Force. Like, I just... Like they made it so OP. It's like the big, and yeah, I'm sidetracking here. Nice little rant. It's the biggest reason I don't like Superman. You're so OP. You're boring.
Right.
I'm sorry, and that's how I felt. Like they made the Force so OP.
I mean, I personally do like the way it developed in the new trilogy. Obviously, the new trilogy. You
like those movies, AJ? Hate that.
I mean, honestly, it's hard for me to like them because I understand the faults that they have, and it makes me not enjoy them as much. Like, do you know how bad it hurts to know that they didn't have a roadmap for those movies? Like, it hurts so bad. I can't believe that a franchise so gigantic as Star Wars, owned by Disney now, did not take the same precautions that Marvel took. Like, how do you do that? How do you waste? How do you?
Heads.
But how do you waste that much time and money? How do you do that? And then risk? And the reason why it's a waste of money is because now you risk the relevancy of your franchise until you hopefully get it right next time. And even then, it might be too late. People might not care enough to go see it anymore. Like, I'm going to see it. I want to give it
and
another
you're going to love it.
I'm hoping I do. I mean, again, The Rise of Skywalker has flaws galore. I've listened to hours and hours of conversation about it, and I still enjoy it for what it is. It's not a great movie, but I do appreciate it because it feels like Star Wars at the end of the day. It's super fun. It's super pretty. It's well shot. It's well acted.
Oh, yeah.
It's just the stories don't connect at all. It's like, okay, here's The Last Jedi. This is everything you learned. It has its own flaws, The Last Jedi, but at the end of the day, I personally still feel like it's a super enjoyable, fun
It's the best out of the three, in my opinion.
Of the new trilogy, I agree with you totally. It's an amazing movie, but it has a lot of flaws, though. But the Rise of the Skywalker is like, well, Rian Johnson did all that, but I still want to fulfill my ideas of what the trilogy was going to be. So just sweep that.
It's all about Destiny. Let's more Destiny. Hey, let's throw in more. We should throw in the video game Destiny. To just throw in more Destiny into the Destiny.
Did I mention Destiny? It was a fucking bad idea. But to think that they could just every movie we're just going to write. We're just going to write it off the top of our heads and not let them connect. It was the dumbest thing. If anything, don't let them be direct sequels. Let it be another Star Wars story, but 3 of them.
You got a streaming service. You can do it.
I hate to be sad about Star Wars. And again, I'm not even that big of a fan. I'm really not. I don't know the expanded lore. The only reason I know a little tiny bit of old canon is because I listen to a podcast who occasionally upload. They're not even consistent. They just rarely upload when they feel like it. Or when a new Mandalorian episode comes out. And even then they miss a week or two. But it's still a great podcast.
Okay.
But even still, I don't know. Whew, I'm getting heated right now.
We're all heated over this Star Wars.
That said, like John said, the best Star Wars to ever Star Wars. Easily.
And John is always right.
Jesus.
Except when it's in trivia games, then he's typically always wrong.
Even when he's right, he's still
even
wrong.
when he's right, the answer's pulled away from him, so he's still wrong.
I love how you had the answer and you still had to take a pass.
Oh my god, the answer would have came out of my mouth so clear. Why didn't she ask? Because I'm ignorant. We said this to you. I mean, so it is ignorant.
I love how she had no faith.
No faith in me whatsoever. You don't know this guy ignorant.
That's a fiance right there. That's
he didn't know how many states there were in the United States, so he's not gonna know who David Blaine is. Oh man, good beer. It was really good, right?
It was really good. I guess on this note, should we just call it for a day?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm all Star Wars'd out.
I know. So I did not think that this episode was going to go there. Yeah, but whatever, man. It was a fun
Papa
episode.
Mando. Papa Man.
Papa Mando. Oh God. Well, on that note, sir, why don't you plug us away real quick?
Yes, definitely. There's a plug on the right side of my wall, a left side of my wall.
Sometimes one,
and the one
right
by the
below
TV
the other.
But so I need help. So if you can help me out, you can go ahead and send an email to us at beerbellypod@gmail.com. Give us any type of suggestions. Help this man find his power plugs. I need light. And I also need alcohol suggestions. So give us some alcohol suggestions. I really want some of them sour beers. I've seen the light. I want some more. I want some more. Or suggest a great stout. Again, I've seen the dark side of the light, and I like it too. It needs to be sweet though.
You're a gray Jedi. That's what you are. You're of the gray side of the
I don't give a fuck. I could both sides.
Yeah, you're not light or dark side. You're right in the middle. All right, I respect that. But that said, this guy used to be on the light side, but over the course of this show, leaning towards the middle, eventually
Easily.
he's not going to like IPAs anymore. He's only going to like stouts and Belgians.
Oh, it's gonna be terrible. Let us know. Definitely let us know what side you want me to join. You can, again, send us those emails at beerbellypod@gmail.com, and you can also just send us some DMs at Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, at beerbellypod.
That is correct. Again, next episode, we will be drinking IPAs. So that said, again, let us know which ones we should be drinking. We'll give you a shout out. You have the plugs in which to be able to hit us up on. And also, if you're watching on YouTube, or if you look in the description on any podcast app you're listening to us on, we have our socials linked there as well. So just hit us up anytime. We look forward to seeing what you guys are going to suggest. And if you have little stories you want us to read via email, again, email us, beerbellypod@gmail.com. Any questions, you guys, random shit, whatever. Your thoughts on Star Wars, the new trilogy. Let us know what the fuck you think. But until then, this has been another episode of Beer Belly. Episode 20, actually, today.
Yeah.
Woo! We can
10
almost legally drink. All right. On that note, we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Peace. Yeah. This is the man
After hours. Oh, I thought you were gonna say this is the Beer Belly after hours.
that too.
Oh my god!
Where we get express
Did
ourselves.
you see that save though? It was gonna spill.
You swallowed it like a man, like a champ.
Yeah, exactly. There's the key words. I swallowed it like a man.
Why do you think it reminded me of our marriage so much? Let's be real.
Our marriage, AJ, will never be unbroken. By the way,
strong.
We didn't get to talk about this. I laughed so hard when
no.
Sin said "you bitch" when I said that I got the day off, and then I sent the scrub meme. I said this is gonna be me and AJ December 31st at 11:59 p.m. It was
snuggling
breath. Yeah, they're like rubbing their faces.
We should recreate that gif for the evening.
Her response made me laugh so hard.
You bitch.
She didn't even say you bitch. She said little bitch was her response.
Little bitch. Dang. Literally belittled you and insulted you at the same time. Dear God.